Hey y'all. So ever since I heard that Trump was running for 2024, I had like a dream that I could be his vice president. But now it's JD, which he's great. I think JD will do a great job. He's very professional. But now Trump is talking about having a faith office, like a pastor in the White House. I don't know if he's envisioning a man or a woman, but I wouldn't mind doing it, even though I'm not an official pastor. I've considered myself an online pastor for 12 years now, just like writing my blogs and making videos. I am not ordained. I do have a bachelor's in English with a minor in Bible from a private Christian college, Bible University. Everybody there is required to minor in Bible. So that's how I know as much about the Bible as I do. I've written 40 books. I've read tons of books written by monks. I was in the Tory Honors Program at Biola, so it was like supposedly the top 5% of the college. And we had to read all the church fathers, which was the Catholic church fathers. So Saint Ignatius, I cannot think of all the different names, but anyways, we literally read 3 books a week, and they were usually books written by monks. Do I remember any of those books? I don't know. Kind of. I remember the feeling of the books. But just, yeah, like being immersed in that for 4 years, reading books by monks, like obviously made me a super on fire Christian, you know? So anyways, I wouldn't mind being like the pastor in the White House. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, like would people accept that a woman pastor being in the White House? I don't know. Because most of Christian culture in America thinks that all pastors should be men. But I'm just as smart as a man, so that's good. There is a verse that says, I do not permit a woman to teach a man. And then you kind of can think, well, maybe that was just in context, like that was just for back then. But then Paul says, because Eve was the one who was the transgressor. So it literally makes it seem like no woman at any point in history can be a pastor and teach a man because Eve sinned first, which I have always been so miffed about that. Like, why are all women punished for what Eve decided to do? Like, she did it. I didn't do it. If I was there, I would have said, take a hike, Satan. I'm not going to talk to you. Get away from me, you weird talking serpent. I would like to think that that's what I would say. I'm like, why is the serpent talking to me? Why is the serpent trying to tell me to do something that God told me not to do? Well, I think essentially what happened was God told Adam and Adam told Eve. So when Eve ate the fruit, she wasn't necessarily defiant of God. She was defiant of Adam, her husband. So, yeah, which you could say women have done that throughout history, defied their husband or boyfriend in various ways, not submitting. Anyways, yeah, I wouldn't mind being like the pastor in the White House. And I do think that it would be good if it was like me, or my other picks would be Paula White or Greg Laurie. Because I do think that Trump needs like someone to shepherd him and mentor him, just to make sure that he won't end up being another Hitler. Anything's possible. Anything's possible, you know? You give someone a lot of power. But as far as what I learned in civics class in high school was that there's checks and balances. So it's not like any president has ultimate power. The president maybe wants to do something, they have some bright idea, they try and pass a law, then it gets passed through, like the Senate and the House of Representatives and Congress and all the different branches of government. So it's not like any president can just, declare a decree like the king used to. In England, it's not like that. It's not like the president can just do anything. Which I've always thought then what does the president really do? I don't know. The president tries to help America become a better place. But how? I said in a video like 5 months ago, I was like, if I was president, I would build more homeless shelters and more orphanages. because foster care is not good. I had a coworker who grew up in foster care, and he ended up being an alcoholic. So I figured his time in foster care probably was horrible. And you hear all these stories. I heard this one story of this family where they had 12 kids, and like the parents started out Pentecostal, but then I think they turned into witches or something, and they had 12 kids, and they were horrible parents. So CPS took all their kids away and put them in foster care. But then in foster care, they were sexually abused and beaten. So I feel like there should be orphanages. My grandma grew up in an orphanage. You know why? Yeah, strength in numbers, because then there's tons of kids and they can protect each other. And yeah, whoever's like running the orphanage should be screened. Obviously, they should have a background check, like thorough. They should be Christian. They should have church services with the kids. I would love to like organize that. That's something my stepdad did. He was actually in charge of the alcohol and rehab programs in Orange County, so he would like organize them. I never actually asked him details about what he did. Anyway, so organization type things are in my family. And then he was an accountant. He was an accountant for Orange County. And he's actually the reason why really why I went to college and why I finished college. My stepdad has 1 bachelor's and 2 masters. Who does that? But he was in the Air Force, so they paid for everything. But I always kind of wanted to get a master's. I was going to get a master's in counseling or become a lawyer. But I tried taking the master's test, but I couldn't pass the stupid math questions because I suck at math. But in high school, I got A's in math, but whatever. Moving on. Anyways, so if you guys want me to be the prophet living in the White House, I totally would. And Trump could babysit my son. No, I'm just kidding. I would prefer a Mexican nanny for my son, honestly. Mexicans are just like awesome with kids. I was raised by a Mexican nanny. I would want a Mexican nanny for my kid. I don't know. Mexicans just know what to do with kids, Do I know what to do with kids? I don't know. I'd say I'm average. I'm average in knowing what to do with kids, and I've been working with kids for over 20 years. But Mexicans are better. Yeah, they're better at serving. They have more of a servant's heart. Anyways, yeah, so that'd be really cool. I've kind of had a dream for like 6 months that maybe I could live in the White House and help, Help make America great again. Yeah, kick out all the pedophiles. That's really the main thing that needs to get done. And they need to be punished. And they need to stop. That's the main thing that I would want to do. And I would want to convert every single American to Christianity. Although there is a separation of church and state. Was that a good idea or a bad idea? I don't know. I kind of feel like if someone's living in America and they don't want to be Christian, they can go live in another country. Oh, is that racist? I don't know. Why not? People want to come to our country. They adopt our customs. Yeah, they adopt our traffic laws. Why can't they also adopt Christianity? Why not? Why not? Why can't everybody in America be Christian? You know why? It's in the government's best interest that everybody becomes Christian. You know why? Less crime, less pedophiles, less people we got to throw in prison for doing some crazy, crazy stuff because they don't fear God. You guys want to cut out crime in America, which you should. Yeah, you guys want to have less funding for prison, less need for tons of police officers to regulate all these non-God-fearing people. Make everybody Christian. How do you do that? I don't know. Have worship services all over the place. Wouldn't that be crazy if political events instead of just like talking about random stuff, people talk about God, people sing some worship songs, people pray, which people have always prayed at political events. There's always been God bless. Yeah, the little statement, God bless America. Like, okay. You want to say more than that? You want to say more than God bless America? You want to sing a worship song? You want to pray? You want to sing a worship song too? Hey, I could lead all that. I could lead any crowd of people in a prayer and in a worship song, And And then I could preach a little bit. But then all the men in the audience and the crowd would be like, boo. No, I could at least read from the Bible, right? Women are allowed to read from the Bible in public settings. Surely. Surely women can at least do that. Women can sing. And women, I think women can lead a prayer without people objecting. Anyways, God loves you all. Pray for that. Pray for that maybe I could be Prophet Lisa in the White House, assisting Trump in making America great again. God loves you all. God bless. Bye.